incredible thing that he wanted to bring toward New England. And even though I told people about it, nobody bought into it yet. But he can raise Spartina hydroponically in floating vessels, which can sink on if necessary. With a storm coming in. I've learned a lot about this stuff. He has a very interesting website.
So it's the Spartina Farms and
he's the man.
And we're Spartina because we're agronaut because the agronaut were the ones that colonized the open sea, the Argonauts, so it's agronaut.
Oh, cool.
And the New England tide is 12 feet and twice a day.
Yeah.
And the New Orleans tide is 6 inches and once a day. So what I did was I did a small experiment mimicking New England tide and diurnal and semi-diurnal tides, twice a day tide and once a day tide. And when I did that, our tides created 0 net growth in the marsh grass, in the Spartina. For every stem that lived, one died.
And when plants are going up and down with a device that he's created, so they could thrive.
And it's got buckets that support 15-gallon buckets. 4 of them on the corners can support 1,000 square feet of 100 square feet of marsh grass. And in about 3 months, it's just totally over. That's me pulling it in there after 3 months of growth. And it's about $3 a square foot. The LSU students did it. But my thing is, when I went to New England with Dr. Fry, I saw how luxurious the marsh grass was. And here in Louisiana, it's very low, and they have only a 3-month grow season, and they have ice detaching the marsh all winter. We have a 9-month grow season.
You got to help me out though. Is the purpose so that you could cultivate it for the purposes of planting it elsewhere, or to create protection? I mean, you could have numerous purposes, right? But I thought, one could do this to have a self-sustaining nursery for planting stock, right?
Right.
A community can do this, an organization can do this, right? And in the meantime, where it's grown, that could buffer some energy for an area behind it, right?
I think any good invention should really show a principle of physics, and in this one, I think it's the fact that it's rising and falling. It's turning over the nutrients twice as quick. It's really enhanced the wetland. That for these canals in Louisiana where they don't want to close the canal in, or in a wastewater treatment canal, the oil residue floats at the surface. You want to capture the fresh water before it mixes with the salt at the surface for hydraulic retention of that freshwater lens. And that our marshes are broken up by canals that instantly drains the wetland, and once the fresh water mixes with the salt, it's lost. It caught flip-flops, it caught cups, anything that floats, any kind of oil that floats in the canal. And that's it going up and down in a time-lapse mode, but it would only rise and fall twice a day to simulate a New England tide.
Yeah.
And when the experiment that I did, it's coming up next, it was for Dr. Turner's class. The one on the left was flooded once a day for 12 hours. The one on the right was flooded for 6 hours, twice a day.
The one on the left was flooded
12 hours.
once a day.
Right, half a day flooded. The other one was flooded every 6 hours, like a New England tide. The tide would rise and fall twice a day. But in both treatments, you're only running the pumps for 12 hours. Just one is separated into 6 and 6. So it's like an air toy in an aquarium. You put the air pump on it, it rises. You take the air off and it sinks down to the water level. Then if you let all the air out, it'll sink underwater so that you can survive storms. And my research lab blew away, but this thing was still underwater.
You still got to help me out. Are you trying to sell the plants or sell the product to grow the plants for other people?
I think the fact that, I don't know.
Well,
I just think it's neat.
Out. Yeah, it's neat, but you got to make a living at it too. You
got some people checking it out.
I think I want to sell.
With his invention. All right, you think about it and look it up on the web.
Okay, I'm going to.
Let me give you a fridge magnet. Yeah, I have a fridge magnet for you. This is our lenticular fridge magnet. It rises and falls like the tide.
Oh, it does.
I just need friends. That's what I need.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Well, Virginia's a very important person.
Thank you, Mr.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm still confused.
And I got the moon pie. That's because it's got the tidal effect. But I mean, here it is in a model form, and you know, it just.
Look, I was very impressed by it. I tried to tell other people about it, you know, but you're still not helping me understand what are you trying to sell here. The you know,
Wetland.
Are you selling
Wetland function.
Well, you're not going to make a living doing that.